Jim Gaunce has spent his whole life in Grand Bay Westfield. As a kid, he used to play, fish, and hunt in an area known as the backlands, one of the earliest settlements in the region. As an adult, he set out to map it.
I was born in July the 3rd, 1929, in the Evangeline Hospital in St. John, and I've lived here all my life. And as I grew up, we had nothing. It was in the Depression, eh? There was communities like Grand Bay, Epworth Park, Ingleside, Onanet, and Westfield, eh? All those small communities, eh? And I just put it down for my own interest at first. When I was Sand Hill, okay, right here was a clubhouse for the golf course. That was there for quite some time. It's a house that's now, so people are still living there. Then we went up here, and the Milligan Brook run down here, okay? Right there was a hovel, and there had been a mill on the other side, and some of the sawdust might be able to be found today. And on this side there was a hovel where they kept the horses, okay? And there was an apple tree planted there. That was right there at Milligan Brook, across there. And then you go on out, and this long lake, which is very, very shallow. We used to fish that. We fished this one here, okay, all this area. Here, Stevenson Lake, actually, that was a beaver pond, a large beaver pond created, because it was dammed at both ends. It ran both ways. And it had all the water off these hills run down into it. That's what supplied it. Now, down in here there was a farm. Every one of these places that there was a foundation, that was a farm. Eh? This road went out here to this camp. Out here it was a lodge for hunting and fishing. Mm-hmm. Okay. And all there ever was a wagon road out there. When the Westfield fire went through, down in Loch Alva at Black Point they call it, was a big black-green area, okay? Because there was nothing, when we started hunting out there, the bush would be shoulder high and maybe a little higher, eh? But you could see game going all the time. And it hadn't been hunted for many, many years because of the war was on, okay? Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of game. But in Westfield, it left Spencer's Hill. It never burnt there. But it burnt in towards the road here in different places, eh? Burnt houses here. I remember it could have been because my father said they never seen the sun for 2 months. The smoke was so bad. In the spring of the year, they'd go out and put the hot spots out. Men would go out, yeah, put the hot spots. It was a real forest fire. It was all burnt all summer. Burnt right till fall. The snows put it out, most of it. Yeah. All these places here, all these settlements, I've hunted all through there, and I know where all the foundations are. I know where James Reddy's property was. There was a line of, when I first went out there, it was a big flat area before we went over to Reddy Hill. And there was a stream come out of a beaver pond there, right? And it came out and run down, so that's probably where he would get his water from, eh? But he grew grain there, and he made hops. He took it by wagon into Grand Bay here, up to the Westfield Ferry, and put it on to the Indian Town. And his business got so good that he moved from there into Indian Town. We hunted, if we wanted fish, we fished the brooks and the lakes. We didn't go buy it. And we wanted meat, we went and shot it. Rabbits, I grew up eating rabbits. Oh my God. My father would say to me, when we lived up here, where my son is now, he'd say, we should have a rabbit tomorrow night for supper. So I'd take the shotgun and walk over by the well. Bang! Come back with a rabbit, clean it all out, put it in, soak overnight, and we'd have a rabbit the next night. And anywhere there was green growth starting to grow out there, small green growth, porcupine food. They just loved them, the greens, eh? They would eat them. We used to use them for target practice. Cut the snouts off, eh? Because that's the proof. He's got 2 holes, okay? Some of them were taking the feet off them, and after a while, they'd be dried out, see? But what we did was put a string through the holes, eh? And well, if you got 10, you had $5, right? Hey, bleeding heart.